Hollywood, the establishment, the mainline churches, the major corporations, I mean, they are on another planet.
So are you arguing for throwing out the Constitution? Should the Constitution be thrown out? What do we do? Is it a living document? Or is it a sacred document?
It's certainly not sacred. All right, let's start there. The Constitution is kind of trash.
I think listeners and viewers know things aren't going to get very nice in the next decade. The globalists plan to have 90% of everybody dead by 2030.
What do you think is a viable figure that Gaia, that the planet can sustain?
I would guess, living the way we do, not more than 1 billion, probably less.
Such is going to be the level of misery and panic across the world that there are bound to be the most cataclysmic conflicts, wars, struggles, simply for survival.
Well, again, whenever events like that come along, when there's huge floods, famines, there's a certain amount of struggling, but there's also an awful lot of good comes from it. When confronted like that, ordinary people show extraordinary heroism and helpfulness towards others, as well as being looters and vandals and so on. It's just a thoroughly disturbing thing, and it will happen.
That are going to end civilization as we know it. And when civilization breaks down, go watch a movie like The Road Warrior, and that's going to be like a vacation spot. That hellish, dystopic, nightmare future.
I remember a time of chaos, ruined dreams, this wasted land. But most of all, I remember the Road Warrior, the man we called Max. To understand who he was, you have to go back to another time, when the world was powered by the black fuel, and the desert sprouted great cities of pipe and steel. For reasons long forgotten, two mighty warrior tribes went to war and touched off a blaze which engulfed them all. Machines sputtered and stopped. Their world crumbled. The cities exploded. A whirlwind of looting. A firestorm of fear. Men began to feed on men. On the roads, it was a white-line nightmare. Only those mobile enough to scavenge, brutal enough to pillage, would survive. The gangs took over the highways, ready to wage war for a tank of juice.
This diagram right here says it all. And we are here. We are right here with our children. And at a certain level, if the public doesn't wake up and say no to this, and doesn't innovate, and doesn't create a clear vision for ourselves, we kind of deserve what we're having done to us, don't we? Except they're targeting children, and they are trying to get children to give up their humanity and give up their free will and basically become sterilized, which is the same thing as killing them under the transgender movement, and imprison them and take all their hopes and dreams away and lock them in these digital metaverse prisons that Zuckerberg just said he believes that within 15 years, the majority of people will live in the metaverse. Well, because you're going to be locked in your house. And if you don't submit and only watch the television or only watch the iPad or put the new Google or Apple contacts in, if you don't spend 15 hours a day plugged into their system, you're not going to get the social credit score. You're not going to get the food delivery from the food delivery robot. Because they don't want to just kill you. They want to enslave you and brainwash you and dumb you down and make you unnatural before they incinerate you and spew your ashes into the atmosphere. You are here.